Hello. So, it has been, the last clip I filmed was back in the middle of October, and I have not updated until now. 7 or 8 months later, it's June. So I'm really sorry for that. There's a lot of changes and updates in this video, but not as much as you might think, considering the amount of time that it's been. Mainly because after that last clip was taken, we finished framing, and that was all we did until about May of this year. So last month, the start of last month. So there wasn't really much for me to film after that. I probably should have given you another update or two after that. And then I should have started filming updates and stuff back at the start of May when we picked up the van build again. But I didn't, so you guys are getting a big update, long-winded update from me. I know when I watch van build videos, I like to see every little step. Maybe you guys aren't as nosy as I am. But yeah, so I'm sorry for that, but I am back filming, so I'm going to update you on everything we have worked on since then. So I'm going to try and show as little as I can. I'm hiding in the back of my van. These are my back doors, so I don't give anything away because a lot has changed since that video. But yeah, so we have all of this. We framed out the boxes. Ta-da! And then actually just recently we added these two 1x2s just for extra support for the paneling. And then you can also see that we did some pre-wiring. We got that done. The entire van is pre-wired and all set up. I actually have a couple things wired in too, so I'll show those in a little bit. But all the pre-wiring is covered in this material. This one's for my fridge. We just had it a different one because it's a different gauge and all of that stuff. But we have all of the wires covered in this. I don't really know what it's called. Here, I'll show you a different one that we've cut off. So this one's cut off, but as you can see, it's like this plasticky woven material, and it'll stretch very well, but this one was cut. But you see it's like this braided wire, and we used it as covering. It has worked really well so far. So actually, the last thing we did in October was not the framing. We did finish that. We did one other thing, which I was expecting to be like one of the last things we did on the entire build, but we decided it would be better with all the stuff I'm putting in, my kitchen, my bed, my bench seat, everything like that. It would be a whole lot easier if it was already put in. So we have my floor down. So excuse the mess in here. I don't have anywhere to store this stuff right now. So it is all in here, so it's a big mess, so you won't be able to see the floor very well, but a little peek at it. It is this light brown. I love the variation in the floor. I think it looks really pretty. There's a lot of like different colors in it, but it's overall a really light brown. So we have the floor in. That was the last thing we did back in October. And then, like I said, we took a big long break and didn't do anything until this May. So then the first thing we did in May was frame out my wheel wall boxes. So one is completely done and this other one is finished, except we haven't put the top on yet, just because we're running all of my wiring to this one point on the wheel wall box. So we need to finish up some of the wiring, wire up some stuff before we cover it. But this is kind of the framing of the box. We have some supports and stuff like that in here. And then over here is the finished wheel well box. and I'm not really gonna do anything with it. I'm probably gonna leave it like that. Maybe paint it, but yeah. So wheel well boxes we finished. Then the next thing we did, which you got a little sneak peek because it's all on the floor right now with the extra pieces we haven't put in yet, we did my ceiling. And it looks so good. I love it so much. It's a tongue and groove, and I really like the spacing. I really like the spacing in between all the pieces. I think it looks really nice. It makes it look a little less log cabin-y, which I do not want, and a little bit more like a farmhouse modern type feeling. I was originally thinking of just doing like super thin plywood sheets across the roof, but this was much easier to put in than that, and having to cut all of it. And I honestly think it looks nicer. Plus, I was going to end up then painting the plywood just the same white as the rest of my van's going to be. And so I feel like this makes it, like, give it a little different color. And it makes it feel a little more homey and not like a big white box, which I do not want it to feel like. I do not like cabin-y feeling. I don't like cabin. I don't want cabin vibes. And I was scared that this was going to feel like that. But honestly, I love it and I think it looks really good. I don't like dark wood. I like super light, natural looking wood, and this turned out perfectly. I just put a clear, like a matte clear, like polyurethane type coat. I don't think it's polyurethane exactly, but it's something like that, similar to that I put on there. And then we haven't been able to like put it all the way on this side yet because I haven't put my solar on my roof yet. So I still need to drill a hole somewhere back here. So we decided to keep it off because we don't know for sure where the hole is going. But this side is actually completed. This is as far as we're going to take it because then there is a curve right here that is going to be really hard to work with. And actually we actually did decide we are going to run one more piece right here, but just at an angle. So it's going to be like an angle piece. And then we're going to somehow like trim it out with some like trim or whatever once the entire build's done. But most of it is going to be covered by upper cabinets, so it doesn't have to look perfect, which is really nice. And then you've gotten a whole lot of sneak peeks of this, but the new project we are working on right now is putting up the walls, which is crazy. Yeah, so we've put up the walls all on this side. I don't have a wide angle lens, so I'm just going to show you this. Wow. So this right here is going to be just a little fan for above my bed. This is going to be a 110 normal house plug-in. This is going to be a 12 volt plug-in, and this is going to be my light switch for my under cabinet lights that are going to go above my kitchen cabinets. As you can see, these parts come out a bit, so we just had to cut around them. They'll both be covered by upper cabinets and kitchen cabinets, so we don't really have to worry about them. We just have to work around them when building the cabinets, which is really annoying, but gotta do what you gotta do. And then in this spot, it wasn't like this when we put it in, but I am noticing now that I've driven with it and stuff like that, it has bowed in a little bit. But the seams like this, once everything's painted, I have a super thin like strip of pine that I'm going to cover the seams with, so it looks really nice and finished. And it also is just like a little bit more sturdy, a little bit, it holds everything in place. So that's going in after everything else is in, like the kitchen cabinets, upper cabinets, bed. I'm going to have one right here too, because it's going to come about the same length as this one. So yeah, but we haven't done this side because I still have to run wiring for the solar panels, which is now the project that we're on. So you are officially all caught up. Joke's on you guys. We actually still haven't even done solar panels or anything like that. We attempted to build a roof rack, and that was a complete disaster, and so we've been avoiding that project, but we are now finally ready to put up the roof rack. We figured it all out. But that was our next project, and then it all hit the fan. So, yeah. Also, sorry for the literal worst camera quality I've ever seen in my life. Ooh. Oh, actually, I just quick wanted to mention, we actually did mount my inverter as well in here, because with the wheel well box, it's mounted on the side of this one over here, and so we needed little support beams on the inside. Let's see if I can show you this. You can't really see. Oh, there's one little one. But we had a support beam on the inside because you have to screw it on both sides. And then there's bottom screws as well underneath to hold it in place. So we needed, before we closed all of that up, we needed to be able to put that in at the correct spot so it holds my inverter in really well. But yeah, so that's why that's just randomly in here and wired up, and nothing else for the electrical system is yet. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, when I did my ceiling, we put in and wired up, where am I? All of my lights. So these are what my lights look like. And there are 8 of them, and we have it wired up, so it's a double switch. So one section is the front 4, and then one section is the back 4. I was originally going to do rows, but I feel like at night it would be really nice to be able to have still some light in the evening, but over my bed be a little darker and calmer, and then have some light in the front. And like vice versa, like when I'm cooking, it's nice gonna have light, but like I don't need the back ones on. But yeah, that's all. I know it's a lot, but that is all the updates I have. Very, very exciting. It's actually starting to look like a home now instead of an empty cargo van. I thought electrical, I guess it's part of the electrical system, but I really thought that electrical was gonna be the thing that I dreaded the most. But it is not. It is building this darn roof rack, because I do not have $3,000 to drop on a custom-made roof rack for a Ram. Pre-made, custom-made, whatever, roof rack on the van. So we have to do it ourselves because I really don't want to drill a whole bunch of holes in my van. I would end up drilling 4, 8, 12, 13 holes in my van, and that's just 13 places where it can leak. But yeah, hopefully I went from, oh, I love doing my van build, to, is this van build ever going to be finished? And I'm slowly losing my mind. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy my rambling. Enjoyed this super big update. I'm sorry I didn't bring you along for a lot of it. Honestly, after like the break, I was just so ready to get going on this van build that I didn't even think about filming. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you guys for hearing my just 20-minute tangent or little rant for you guys. But yeah, thanks for sticking with the van build so far. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. More to come, and I'll actually be keeping up with filming from now on. But yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video. Pray for me and this roof rack. It's going to be the death of me. But yeah, alright. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.